So I'm watching this episode of Sister Wives, and Cody Brown comes into the kitchen and he starts talking about how his wife, Christine, is this really great cook. And I'm like, oh, this is going to be awesome. I'd love to cook myself. And so I thought that this might be something that I could relate to on the show. And in the next scene, it shows Christine, the wife, taking tater tots and fish sticks out of the oven. And I'm thinking, wow, that's being a good cook. First of all, I have to say that in the polygamous culture, as a whole, healthy eating is a part of the belief system. It's not so much dogma or doctrine. It's just been a part of the culture for so long that it's seen as good and right and acceptable by God. And to see these scenes with kids eating at the table with Cheetos on their plate and soda pop, fish sticks and tater tots, I couldn't believe it. We were raised home baking everything. Of course, bread was home baked. We made our own graham crackers. That's how serious we were. Now, I was just a kid growing up, and I would have taken the store-bought graham crackers any day of the week. But everything was homemade. Homemade yogurt, homemade cottage cheese. Didn't mean we always ate that way, but it was seen as ideal. And when we had the opportunity to have those homemade items, we certainly did. We had milk, organic milk that was unpasteurized, a garden. Now, our property in Salt Lake was much too small for a garden, but we knew someone who was a widow who had 5 acres of land, and she was willing to share it if we would come out and work the soil. So because of that, we ended up having a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, and everything was bottled. We didn't eat canned food at all. And seeing these scenes on Sister Wives, the way that they eat, even something so small as how you eat, is really a reflection of so many other things. The self-sufficiency doctrine, I'm not quite sure I would call it a doctrine, but being self-sufficient, being able to take care of oneself without becoming dependent on society as a whole, is very much a part of the polygamous culture. And I do not think it is fairly represented in Sister Wives.